Hi students of class 12. A new session has begun on online classes through online classes and I am starting with the first chapter of the book Vista, and the first chapter is the third level. Okay, the first chapter of the book Vista is third level. Now students, I would like to tell you one thing very important here, that what is modern life that we are living. What is modern life? Modern life is full of tensions, stresses, insecurities, and thousand other problems. Now, what problem is afflicting us all? What problem is disturbing us all, causing troubles to us all? Coronavirus, COVID-19. This problem is not only physical but mental also. Even if we are secure in our homes, we are always thinking about that virus, that if I will contract that virus or the members of my family. So we have thousand things in our mind. This virus is haunting us, scaring us, and we are afraid to step out of homes. Then there are other problems like fear of losing our jobs, the fear of losing our life partners, the fear of losing our life, the fear of losing so many things in life. There is a law and order situation prevailing in the society, kidnapping, murder, all kinds of things. We are worried about our children. We have thousand worries, tensions, insecurities in our mind. They do not allow us to sleep peacefully, to live our life comfortably. Though modern life is comfortable, we have all the means of comfort, facilities, everything we have. Still, life is not secure. Mentally, we are not free. We are insecure. But same was not true in the past. 100 years back, life was very simple. People lived a very satisfied, contented life, peaceful life, and they had fewer wants, fewer necessities. But now we have so many demands on our life. We want so many things in our life, and we dream a lot. So stress, tensions, dreams, fear, all kinds of mental things are happening in our life. So we are living more of a mental life than physical life. And mental life means we are not present in the present moment. We are always lost somewhere. We are thinking of something, we are imagining things, we are planning things, we are dreaming, but we are not present. And as a result, life is not happy. It is full of tensions and insecurities. Okay, students. So this story, the third level, brings this out. There are some events in the story which will indicate that life is not simple now. Okay. So third level indicates a place which does not really exist in this world. It is a figment of imagination. It is a part of imagination. It is in narrator's mind. This world does not really exist here on the earth, but it exists in the narrator's mind. He goes to third level, which really does not exist. And as I narrate the story, then you will get to know what is the third level. The title of the story is Third Level, the third level. The title of the story is the third level. Now, let me begin the story. May I? Yes. The narrator, Mr. Charlie, was an office goer. The narrator of the story, Mr. Charlie, was an office goer. He went to office every day because he was in job. One day, he worked late at his office. It got late, it became dark, and he was returning from his office. The first thing topmost on his mind was to reach home as early as possible. So his mind was overcharged, excited. He wanted to reach home. Actually, there was no danger on his life, but a sense of insecurity had gripped him, and a sense of insecurity had overpowered him. So he was walking very fast, and he wanted to reach this station in New York City called Grand Central. Actually, this story happens in the New York City, America. He is an American, Mr. Charlie. He is an office goer. He goes to office every day. So one day after completing his job, it was quite late. He was returning home. And because he had got late for home, so he was slightly nervous and excited. And he wanted to reach this railway station, large railway station, Grand Central. Grand Central. Grand Central station had two parts. One part was called first level. The second part was called second level. From the first level, the trains for long distances started. Trains for far off places or far off destinations started. And from the second level, लोकल ट्रेन्स स्टार्टेड. मतलब कि उस बड़े स्टेशन में दो हिस्सा था. एक को कहा जाता था फर्स्ट लेवल, दूसरे को कहा जाता था सेकंड लेवल. फर्स्ट लेवल से दूर दराज जाने वाली ट्रेनें खुलती थी और सेकंड लेवल से लोकल ट्रेन्स खुलती थी. तो चार्ली को लोकल ट्रेन पकड़ना था. ओके, सो ही हैड टू कैच हिज ट्रेन विच वुड टेक हिम होम एंड ही वॉज इन ए हरी. ही वॉज नर्वस. He wanted to reach home as early as possible because it was already late. And Grand Central is a large railway junction or station. Large. As I told you, it has two levels. So he wanted to go to the second level. But in the process, what happened? He was lost in a long corridor. And corridor was very long. And finally, he reached a place which was called third level. Third level. And it was an old type station. It was the year 1894. This means he had gone back in time. He had gone back to past. So two things had happened. There is a change of place and there is a change of time also. He was not living in the year 1894. He was a modern man. But because of his excited mind, he reached third level, or he imagined it to be there. So he reached time-wise and place-wise, he reached a new place and new time. What was the place? Place was third level, which was in past, because Grand Central had only two levels. Level 1, level 2. But he had reached the third level. Okay, this was a new place entirely. He had not known about it before. And the time was 1894. 100 years back, 1894. So he was there. He was surprised because what was life in 1894? Did the people look similar as we do? Did they dress themselves in the same way as we do? No. They had sideburns. They had mustaches and beards. And their dress was old-fashioned. The dress of the year 1894 of last century. Means last about more than 125 years back, 26-27 years back. So life was different. People were wearing different dresses. They looked different. And he was surprised. Ki, how come I am here in the year 1894? And he learned that the train for Galesburg started from there. Galesburg was a place where Charlie's grandfather lived in the year 1894. So when he learned that trains for Galesburg started from there, from the third level of the Grand Central, he decided to purchase tickets. One ticket for himself and one for his wife. Charlie wanted to buy two tickets. One ticket for himself and one for his wife. He took out dollar from his pocket. It was modern currency notes, and he gave the money to the clerk. He wanted to purchase tickets for Galesburg. But students, I have already told you, the year was 1894. So when the booking clerk saw the money that Charlie had given him, he became angry. Mister, what currency notes are you giving to me? We don't need such currency notes. We need bills. Actually, bills were in circulation in those days. So he warned him, if you try to cheat me, you will go to jail. He got a scare. He thought that he would purchase old bill. bills, and then he will purchase ticket for Galesburg. He would purchase 2 tickets for Galesburg, one for himself and one for his wife, and he will go to the place because that place was old, peaceful and happy. And he was fed up with New York life, this busy life, this insecure life, life full of tensions. So he wanted to go back to Galesburg. But now he bought bills. He purchased 200 bill worth $200, and he had to pay $300 in the modern currency. So it was quite costly. He had to buy it at a premium. At a premium means at a higher cost than normal. He had to pay more. For 200, he had to pay $300. After purchasing the bills, he wanted to go to the third level again because he wanted to purchase 2 tickets, but he could not reach there. He could not reach there. He was surprised. How come that while I was returning from my office, I reached the third level. When I tried to find out the second time, I could not find out the third level. He was surprised. He told his wife and his friend Sam, who was a psychiatrist. His friend's name was Sam, who was a psychiatrist. His wife told his friend Sam that Charlie had reached third level the way he described it. Then Sam, the psychiatrist, told her that your husband is not happy. Your husband is not happy, your husband is tense. That's why he is escaping from the modern present life. He is taking refuge in his imagination and he is going to a place which does not really exist. Even the station masters, railway people told him, Mr. Charlie, there is no existence of third level at the Grand Central. No, third level did not exist. But Charlie was surprised because he had been to third level. He saw everything. And what more surprising was that while he was at the third level, he saw a newspaper. The name of the newspaper was The World. The name of the newspaper was The World. Actually, that newspaper was not in circulation at present. Its publication had stopped long before. But because it was year 1894, the paper was on the railway platform. A newsboy was selling the newspapers. And he saw the newspaper, and on the front page of the newspaper was a news story. What was the news story? This news story was about the President of America, then President of America. President of America in the year 1894. Who was the President of America? He was Mr. Cleveland. So this story was about Mr. Cleveland, and later on at a library he verified, he saw the old paper, old copy of The World, and it was 11 June 1894, and he saw that yes, the newspaper's front page had the same news story which he had found on the railway platform. So he was confirmed, but nobody believed him. Everybody thought that you have gone mad, Mr. Charlie. Third level does not exist. There are only 2 levels, first level and the second level. There is no third level. How did you reach there? So actually his psychiatrist friend explained that actually Charlie was a daydreamer. Why was he a daydreamer? When do you become a daydreamer? When you are in the classroom and the teacher is teaching you, sometimes what you do? You are looking out of the window. You are thinking of something pleasant, your mountain trip, your holidays, your happy times in past. You go back. So actually you want to escape from the present moment because present moment is difficult, full of tensions. Teacher is teaching a topic which is difficult for you. You are unable to understand what is going on, or it is not interesting at all to you. So you are lost in a reverie. You are lost in your thoughts and imaginations, and you imagine a lot, and you are physically present in the classroom but mentally not there. Same was true of Charlie. Charlie reached a place which did not exist. Charlie reached a time which was already past. Okay? But the problem did not end here. The problem did not end here, as I have given these points. Okay, he came to know that his psychiatrist friend Sam also disappeared one day. It was quite surprising. Was he lost in the third level? Thereafter, actually student, I would like to clarify one thing here. What is first day cover? Do you know? It is not practiced these days. There was a time in America, there was a fashion of first day cover. Let me tell you what is first day cover. Suppose there is an envelope. Have you seen an envelope in which the letter is posted? A letter is placed inside the envelope is sealed, and a stamp is affixed on the envelope, and the letter is posted. You must have seen, and if you can better talk to your parents and elders, they will tell you what is an envelope. Actually, on a day, a new stamp was issued by the government. There was fashion in America that many people who were stamp collectors, okay, they purchased stamps on that day, the new stamp which was issued that very day, and then they affixed the stamp on the front part of the envelope, okay, and they slipped a blank paper inside the envelope. Nothing was written there, it was not a letter, and on the envelope they wrote their own address, and then dropped the envelope, a sealed envelope, into the post box. Then the letter reached them, and when the letter reached them, the stamp had the postmark, stamp of the post office indicating the date. In this way, they were able to tell people that I purchased this ticket on the day it was issued. You can see the postmark, stamp on it. So it was called first day cover. Actually, stamp collection or philately was in fashion in those days. Even now people collect stamps. You may be also collecting. It is called philately. So actually one day his grandfather, Charlie's grandfather, was also a stamp collector like himself as he was. So as he was looking through his first day covers, he found one envelope which was addressed to him on the date was 18th July 1894. Okay, he was very happy, he was surprised. When he unsealed the envelope, the sheet inside the envelope was not blank, there was a letter in it. And who had written the letter? Actually the envelope was addressed to Charlie's grandfather. Actually he had himself written the address. It was the first day cover. Actually letter was written by Sam, his psychiatrist. Okay, he had written the letter, and what he had written in the letter will be quite interesting to you to know. Okay, in the letter Sam had written that I have found the third level. The same psychiatrist who complained that Charlie was not mentally healthy, he suffered from the disease called mental illness, and he reached the place which did not exist. Sam had written to him that I have found the third level. I have found the third level and I have reached Galesburg. Sam Galesburg, for which Charlie wanted to buy 2 tickets. I have reached Galesburg and it is such a nice and happy place. Life is very peaceful and slow here. No tension, no insecurity. People relax and it is such a nice place. He had good words for the place. So you try to come here. Try to look for the third level, because you can buy tickets for the Galesburg in the year 1894 only at third level. And in this way, Charlie and his wife started searching. And Charlie also found out that really Sam had purchased the old bills spending $800 from a shop. He verified there. So this means he had purchased the old bills and reached Galesburg. This also proves that even psychiatrist was mentally ill. He also suffered from schizophrenia, as Charlie was suffering from this disease. This shows that means whole society was mentally sick. Even the doctor is sick. This means this is the gift of the modern life. Students, I have narrated the story. A story does not have many events, but this story brings out the truth of the modern life. I mean the theme of this story. What is the theme of this story? Let me do it once more. Modern life is full of tensions. Any doubt? Modern life is full of insecurities. Any doubt? No. And modern life is a mental life. We are worried all the time. We are dreaming all the time, and we want more and more from life. And this creates a sense of insecurity in us, whether we will be able to achieve anything in life or not, whether we will lose the things we have already achieved. So thousand things are happening. So what is problem with Charlie? Charlie is a typical modern man. What is his problem? He has this great sense of insecurity. While he was returning from his office, he wanted to reach home quite early. He was not sure of himself. There were other people walking on the roads like himself, but he was a typical modern man. He had the feeling of insecurity, tensions and stress. He wanted to reach home as soon as possible, and for that he wanted to catch the fast train from the second level. And because his mind was overexcited, over agitated, he reached the third level. Third level did not exist. Third level was in his mind. It was his own creation. It was a figment of his imagination. He reached the third level which did not exist. The year 1894 did not exist for him. It was already past. But because his grandfather had told him, who lived in Galesburg in the year 1894, that the place was nice, such a peaceful place, so it had stuck in his mind that his present life was not secure. His present life was not happy. His present life was not tension free. So he wanted to go to Galesburg, a escape place where he wanted to escape. He suffered from nostalgia. What is nostalgia? Going back to past and living a secure life, because when our present life is not good, not happy, we want to run away from it and go back to past. Or we dream about future, but we do not want to live in present. So same problem Charlie had. And like Charlie, we all have these problems. So the third level does not exist. It is in the mind of this main character of the story, Charlie. Actually, he suffers from this mental disease, schizophrenia, and he goes to place and he sees the things which do not really exist. When you have such mental illness, you will see the things which are not real. Okay, he was mentally sick. And why are the modern people mentally sick? Because of the tension, because of the worries, and because of the insecurities. Students, in this way, I have summarized this story. Keep revising, and please, if you have any confusion, any doubt, write in the comment section your questions. I will be answering in no time. Wish you all the best. Have a good day.